Set for the short film Remote Access, the director, writers, and producers are all female. Compared to most crews, this is very female heavy.
As a writer, you can create a world that is empowered and that has, the perspective of women and the perspective of other diverse groups of people instantly in the story that you create. I think film is a really powerful place to kind of create the future instantly. The more women who've been there, the more women can be there.
There is a long way to go, but change in the screen industry for female directors, writers, and producers is slowly starting to happen.
It was really two films that got me up off my butt to try and improve the situation in the world and in the Czech Republic. One of them was Hotel Rwanda.
Okay.
And the other one was the Lifetime movie Human Trafficking. And those movies influenced me greatly and caused me to take action when I think without them I probably wouldn't have. There's one line in Hotel Rwanda, it'll stay with me the rest of my life, when the main character asks, "Don't people in the rest of the world know this is happening?" And the other character answers, yes, they see it on TV and they think, "Oh my God, that's awful." And then they go back to their dinners and they go back to eating. Mm-hmm. And just something inside me said, I can't do that. I can't be one of those people. And so it being films that moved me to take action, I believe in the power of film to move people to take action, to influence the way that they think, and to help change the world. So I haven't really stopped trying to make the world a better, more intelligent place. I'm going about it in a different way than I was when I was working directly with survivors.
Yeah.
And I didn't intend, this is my second short film, Remote Access.
Yes.
Where we
get into that. That's a great film.
Yes. It just had its world premiere in New York at the Girl Power Film and Media Summit. It won Best Film, as we said, which was an amazing surprise, and we're really excited about its festival run. So this was co-written by myself and Leanne Mangan, and yes, and also co-produced by the two of us, and directed by Penelope Berkemeier.
Okay.
And so very much a female-led project, this one.
That's great.
And we didn't sit down intending to write a feminist film or intending to write a female-driven film. We were brainstorming, Leanne and I, about what we wanted to write about, what we were interested in, and she mentioned Gamergate. And if you're not familiar with Gamergate, this is it's an incident in the U.S. where a bunch of male gamers started attacking female gamers because there aren't very many in the industry, and many of them believe there shouldn't be any women creating gamers or women in tech in general.
Awful.
Yeah. And so two of the most famous victims of Gamergate, Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian. I went and read Zoe Quinn's book, Crash Override, and it opened my eyes to the fact that cyber harassment can reach out into a person's real life, and to the fact that the advice, get off the internet, which is the advice given by the criminal justice system around the world, is actually potentially bad advice and dangerous advice, and comes from a lack of understanding of the internet and how it works. And the things that were going on, from doxing to swatting, you can look those terms up if you don't know them, but they're incredibly frightening. They're life-threatening. They can ruin an entire person's life, even if they never get on the internet again, which, let's be honest, never getting on the internet again is not really a realistic option for most of us these days. And it's frightening. And Zoe Quinn she's my superhero, because not only was she the most famous victim of this and just really let down by the criminal justice system, but what she did in response to that was to start an entire network, Crash Override Network. If you go to her website, it has a ton of resources on cyber harassment and what to do, first of all, to prevent it and to make yourself a less easy target, but also what to do if it is happening to you. And I have no connection whatsoever to to Zoe Quinn or any of those people. I'm just
Mhm.
in incredible admiration of what she's done and how she's taken something horrible that happened to her and made it, found a way to help other people so that they don't have to go through what she does. And she's now consulted by the biggest corporations and industries and governments in the world, because
Wow,
she's
that's good to hear.
the expert now.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
in a world where unfortunately our judges aren't required to know what the internet is.
Right. Yeah, that's sad, but yeah, that's crazy. But I'm really glad you made this film, because I don't think I've seen a film before where they explore that aspect. Like, you get the thriller, and you get like the abusive, maybe husband or whatever, but you don't get the whole like internet aspect, or at least I haven't seen this, where there's an internet like spin on it, if that makes sense. Just the way you put it together, I've never seen it like that before. But yeah, so I like how you brought the story and the internet side together. I don't know if you want to talk more about that. Yeah,
thank you. That's a great compliment coming from you, because I know you've seen a lot of films.
I've seen a lot of movies. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's great. It's original.
Well, thank you. We wanted to make it as cutting edge and up to date as possible. Again, we didn't set out to make a film about domestic violence, but when I look back at the film, it is a film about domestic violence. But it was really, but how that has evolved into the world, what that looks like. Like, it's not only just hitting somebody with a club. That's not what it looks like anymore. We really wanted the character, the guy's character, the boyfriend's character, Ben. We really wanted him to be, the proverbial nice guy, the guy that you never see doing something like this. You never see himself doing something like this. But somehow the fact that it was one step removed from a human, being on the computer, makes it easier to hurt somebody. They're not really there, and that one step removedness seems to, and we put him in a vulnerable situation where there's just been a breakup and he's feeling really upset, and it was so easy to cross that line. That's something we wanted to show. It was much easier to cross that line typing something mean on a computer than it is maybe to actually hit somebody. That might be a harder line to cross. So we wanted to look at how easy it was to do, but what a difference it made to write it on a computer versus writing on a piece of paper or even shouting it at somebody, because there's an audience when you write it on the internet. There's an audience waiting. In some cases, if you're from a minority group, which cyber harassment disproportionately targets women and minority groups, they're often waiting for their next target. Please hand us our next person to go after, and they're very organized. They're organized all over the world. They have the capacity, to go after somebody 24/7 because they're organized in a very intelligent way. And just last month, there was an article published here in Australia. One of our big news editors, Osman Faruqi, was doxxed. So all of his private information was published online, and he went to the police, and they said, just get out, literally with the words in the film.
Get off the internet.
Just get off the internet.
Trolls are not going to stop. That's like their whole thing is they keep going, even if you're on or off, like that's.
And if they have access to your phone number and your address, and we're not talking about the internet anymore. So it was interesting that even, after we made the film, there was this, incident, and it's happening all the time, of course, but a very public one, where the exact same thing happened obviously not the end of the movie. We won't talk about that, but in terms of the victimization and the interaction with the criminal justice system, almost word for word what happens in the film. And that was really validating in terms of the importance of the film and the message, and the fact that this has become a new weapon. This is the new weapon, The statistic, it's an Australian statistic. It's from the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare from 2018. But the American statistics aren't that far off. The intimate partner violence causes more illness, disability, and deaths than any other risk factor for women aged 25 to 44.
Oh, wow.
that blows me away. That's our number one risk factor.
Oh my God. That is, wow. That's thank you for sharing that.
And that gives me pause, and I think that, you know, it should give us pause to think about why that is, because it doesn't have to be, it doesn't fall in the same category as disease or car accidents or, you know, natural disasters, things that we have a lot less control over. And I think getting those people in power to understand that this is something real in the lives of most women today, and that it needs to be taken seriously. I hope for this film that it helps to help people see that, and it also helps people think before they write things online who maybe weren't intending to hurt somebody else the way that they possibly can. I just wanted to say, if anybody wants to check out the website for the film, we have the trailer on there, and lots of other information, like where we're screening next and some background information and interviews. It's remoteaccessthefilm.com.au, and you can check it out there.